Keith Rainville here, the Fat Yankee, my friends. We're going to make another beef jerky recipe for you today. And today what we're going to do is we're going to make a ground beef jerky recipe, okay? So this one is a cinnamon maple beef sticks, and it's a fragmented beef jerky recipe. We're going to use ground beef for this. And people always ask me, what type of ground beef, what's the percentage I should use? Now you can use basically anything, but with a lower percentage, you're going to have to eat it right away or keep it refrigerated. I always recommend 90% leaner or better, okay? So this one happens to be 90%. It's right there where I need to be, but they also sell 97 and 93. But 90%, guys, is perfect. We're gonna dump our ground beef here in our tray, and then we're gonna start our ingredients, my friends, okay? So this is a recipe for ground beef. This is 2.25 pounds, so just a little over 2 pounds of ground beef. And again, cinnamon maple beef sticks, guys. You're going to absolutely love this one. It has a nice hint of cinnamon in the background, and it takes very little ingredients to make this recipe, okay, my friends? So let's get started. We're going to start with some soy sauce. We got some cinnamon here. We've got some black pepper, some garlic, little secret, ground ginger. It's actually in my beef jerky class, one of my top 10 secrets. And we're going to use some sodium nitrate, and of course, the shining star, we're going to use some maple syrup. Now, listen. I usually use a higher grade maple syrup, but we don't use Aunt Jemima. You know, we love Aunt Jemima, but we just like her on pancakes and French toast, okay? So we're gonna use some log cabin here, or if you can get a great quality maple syrup, that's absolutely fantastic, okay? But we wanna bring that rich maple flavor to the cinnamon maple beef jerky, okay guys? So let's get started. Let's get the kids in this pool here. Because we're using sodium nitrate, I'm gonna mix it up in this dish and then pour it into our ground beef and mix that up again, okay guys? So let's get started. We've got just a fourth of a cup of soy sauce. Okay. So now when you're making ground jerky, you want to make sure that you don't add too many fluids. And I always recommend 3/4 of a cup of fluid per total of the recipe for 2 pounds or even just a little over 2 pounds, okay? So that's extremely important, or else when you're loading the jerky cannon, your ground beef will be sloppy, it'll be falling all over the place, and it'll take a lot longer to dehydrate, and it won't be formed perfectly when it's coming out of that cannon, okay guys? So listen, we got our soy sauce in there, and then we want to add 1/4 of a cup of some nice maple syrup here, okay? I can smell that maple syrup, it smells good too, okay? So now we want to add kind of like the mirepoix of steak. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of black pepper, not a heaping teaspoon, nice level teaspoon of black pepper. We're going to add some granulated garlic, and I always use granulated because the powdered stuff seems to just clump up a lot, okay? So we're going to add 1 teaspoon of that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add some powdered ginger to this, okay? So 1 teaspoon of powdered ginger. Now don't go crazy with this powdered ginger because this can overpower the jerky. But powdered ginger does something to ground beef. It actually tenderizes it. It has something in it that breaks down the meat, and it actually is great in whole muscle jerky, okay? But this adds a nice level flavor to this cinnamon maple beef jerky here, guys, okay? So we got our ground ginger in there, and now we're gonna put our 1 teaspoon of cinnamon in. I like cinnamon flavor, so I'm just gonna add just a little bit more, but 1 teaspoon is what the recipe calls for. And of course, when we make fragmented jerky, we really wanna be safe. There's a lot more that can happen. This ground beef comes from the store. We don't know what their process was. We hope that they do things right, but I'm going to add some cure to it just in case. When it's in my kitchen, I don't have to use the sodium nitrate when the beef is coming from my facility. But from the store, I want to make sure. So I'm just going to put 1/4 of a teaspoon of sodium nitrate in our mixture, just like that. Okay. And that's it, my friends. All the kids are in the pool. I'm gonna stir this up a little bit, get those ingredients around. And really what I want to do is the reason why I do this is because I want to get that sodium nitrate mixed up in there as well, okay? That's so important. All right, so we've got this mixed up. Cha-cha-cha, all right, here we go. Let's put some gloves on. So we're gonna dump this right in here, inside the beef. And with fragmented jerky, we only gotta let it sit for about 24 hours, okay? And you're gonna see a nice consistency on this as well. So let's get started here. Let's get this right in. I'm gonna break this up a little bit. And I wanna pour this in. And actually, what I like to do is actually like to take a little bit of the meat and just kind of swab the pan with it, make sure I get all the delicious ingredients in there. Awesome. That's what we're looking like, guys. I'm gonna mix this up for you. And what I'm gonna do on this, again, just 24 hours. This is a nice, simple recipe. You probably got these ingredients at home. Nice and simple. And what a nice flavor. Just a nice, slight cinnamon maple beef sticks. The kids will love it. It's just a little sweet. And hardly any spice. I mean, if you call black pepper spicy, then you've got a very sensitive palate. But hardly any spice. You can't even taste the spice. But just a nice flavor of ground beef. Nice little background taste of cinnamon in here, and that nice maple flavor. Okay. So we've got this mixed up, my friends. And what's going to happen with this is this is actually going to get darker as it sits for 24 hours. So that's when I'm gonna cook this up tomorrow. All right, very good. I want to make sure I get that all through there, those nice ingredients. Okay, so make sure you mix it up good. That's it, guys. Nice and easy. Cinnamon, maple, beef sticks, guys. Hey guys, this is the Fat Yankee, my friends. Check out my groups, Craft Beef Jerky Makers on Facebook. Join the group, get in there, look for some great tips, and like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, my friends. We'll see you soon.